Dear children, the end of this age is near. You have heard that Antichrist is arising, and in fact, many enemies of Christ have already appeared. And this is how these enemies of Christ, these ego trippers, are trying to come against those that are trying to live on this inward journey path. These anti-Christs against Christs. And it's surprising where these people are actually found. Many enemies of Christ have already appeared. And this is how we know that we are living in the closing hour of this age. Remember, it says in the end, many people will hate each other. There'll be this division. For even though they were once a part of us, they withdrew from us because they were never really of our number. So now this separation, this division is really being seen. It's being highlighted. Who's living in the authentic heart space, coming under the divine will, or who's using God to uphold their own egos? For if they had truly belonged to us, they would have continued with us. But by leaving our community of believers, they made it obvious that they never really belonged to us. 1 John 3:1. The reason the world doesn't recognize who we are is that they didn't recognize him, Yeshua. Beloved, we are God's children right now. However, it is not yet apparent what we will be in the transformation, in immortality, in the fullness of provisioned by the Father. But we do know that when it is finally made visible, we will be just like him. For we will see him as he truly is. We're going to see him because the ones who live in the will of Father see God. 1 John 4:19, we know that the truth lives within us because we demonstrate love in action, which will assure our hearts in his presence. That's how we know we're demonstrating love. We're living through humility and love. That's how we know that we are on the path of truth. And this will reassure our own hearts in meditation in his presence before him. Come boldly before the throne of God to receive grace in your time of need. 1 John 5:17, by living in God, in his will, at that end race, love at the goal of the prize, love has been brought to its full expression in us. Because when there is no more ego, the soul is able to open up to receive a flood of the Father's love that transforms you. Even the same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead lives in you and quickens your mortal body. It transforms you completely into like Christ, so that we may fearlessly face the day of judgment. Judgment means Aramaic. We will have open faces on the day of judgment. Because all that Jesus now is, so are we in this world. Not when you die and go to heaven. In this world.